Well, welcome to the Kevin Maples Salon. We are located at 46 Jobs Lane in Southampton, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about our history. We are actually approaching our 20th anniversary of being in business, and I've been here for about 25 years and opened the salon in 1987. And we started with, I think we had 3 hairdressers, a receptionist who doubled as a shampoo assistant, and 1 manicurist. And now the staff has grown to a total of 28. And we're proud to say that we've weathered a few storms, and we've had some real good times here in Southampton. I'm very proud of my staff. We have had some wonderful comments from clients who have said that, the moment they walk into the salon, they feel comfortable and they feel at home. And very often it's been referred to as a club-like setting where, they feel that because we're not on the sidewalk and our windows don't look out onto the street, they come up that staircase and they feel like they've gotten away from it all. And clients have really enjoyed, the comfortable environment. This building actually used to be a house. And so when we went through a couple of different renovations, I added, more moldings, and I tried to give that feel so that it could be a comfortable environment. One of the other interesting facets of the Kevin Maples Salon is that because our client base is local and New York City, and people who travel all over the world, really, we have a very good New York communication back and forth. I myself work at a salon on 61st and Madison, accommodating my New York City-based clients. And then occasionally we have guest stylists who come out from New York and take care of their clients who spend a lot of time out here. And it's been a very good mix for the salon and the staff and the client base. So what we're doing here today is we're going to, you're going to see us do a makeover. And we're going to take you through the steps that we go through when a client arrives in the salon for the first time and is feeling maybe a little bit, apprehensive about change. And you're going to get to see us take care of a woman who is ready for a different look. And we're going to sit her down. We're going to go through the consultation. We're going to talk about what we're going to do. I'm going to try to make her feel comfortable and confident that she's going to like her new look. So in a moment, I'd like to introduce you to our makeover client. Her name is Nancy, and we're going to have a good time today. So see you in a moment. Nancy, hi, good to see you. Great to see you.
Good to see you.
You excited about today?
I'm very excited.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, let's head on over to the chair and we'll talk a little bit more about what we've already discussed. Okay. And so we'll get started. Okay. Okay? Great. Come on in. Nancy, I know that we spoke a little bit about what we're going to do today, but let's just kind of get on the same page. Okay. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a change as far as the color.
Okay.
More reddish. To get away from the blonde, the foil, and go.
I think that's an excellent idea. I think that after a while, the highlights on top of highlights on top of highlights, it really beats up the hair. And I think red would be beautiful for you because of your eye color and your skin tone. It'd be gorgeous. Okay. I also think what I'd like to do is, in between the process of coloring, I think we could do a good protein treatment or something and see if we can, even out the porosity and make the hair look a little bit healthier. Okay. All right? Yes. Well, that's great. I'm excited. I love red. That's terrific. What about the shape and the haircut? Did you have something in mind?
Well, I have one request.
Okay.
My husband.
Your husband.
Keep it
Okay.
as long as possible.
Uh-huh. All right.
What do you suggest? I mean,
Well, what does long as possible mean exactly?
you know,
I mean, if we had it just below the shoulders, would that still be considered long enough?
that would be doable.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Well, you know what? I think we need to get started. The first thing we're going to do, a major color change like this is actually a lot of work. So I just want to kind of explain to you so you know what the process is going to be.
Okay.
You know, kind of where the steps we have to take. The first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to fill this with some color to kind of balance out all these highlights and your natural color. Mm-hmm. And then after we do that, we'll probably do a treatment. Okay. And then we'll go in and we'll lift the roots and color balance the ends. All right?
Yeah.
And then the haircut we'll do after we get the color done. Okay? So we're going to get started.
I'm excited.
Okay. I just want to give you a little bit of a feeling of what the direction I want to take you in. I don't like the purpley reds for you.
No,
okay?
I don't either.
I don't think that's the way that we should go. But I do like the coppery reds. And so I was thinking, you know, in the vein of, you know, if we take this 7-level copper and we mix it with an 8 copper gold, I think that vein is going to give you a very natural kind of auburn feeling, and I think it'll go really pretty with your green eyes, and you'll make them pop, and I think it'll give you a more youthful glow. And and you just told me the motivation for this is that you're having a big birthday this year, aren't you? Yeah.
The big 5-0.
Right.
So I need a change, and I can't visualize these two colors as one, but I'm sure, I mean, you can. So I'm going to just go with
You're going to leave it up to me?
Yeah, I'm going to leave it up to you.
Okay, I promise I won't let you down.
I know you won't.
Okay?
Okay.
Great. All right. So what we're going to do here, Nancy, is I'm just going to put something on to even out the porosity a little bit. It's going to set up the cuticle to accept the color. This is just going to be like 3 minutes right here at the sink. So the step that we're in right now is we need to fill that hair, and you know there's all kinds of colors going on there in her hair, and I want to put kind of a foundation and a base so that when I put the color on top of that, it'll all be relatively even. All right. Well, that looks better. Basically what this is it's kind of like a conditioning color gloss. It's like a stain, all right? This does not have any ammonia or peroxide in it, so it's just going to kind of stain the hair, fill it in a little bit, balance out the color, and then we'll have a better canvas to work with and get started with. So what we're doing now is we're mixing Nancy's base color. Her natural base is a level like 4, I think, and we're going to bring her up to a level 7 or 8. So we're going to go with a copper, a level 7 copper, and a level 8 a copper gold. As you can see, I mean, there's all kinds of colors here that you have to get accustomed to, but color's a lot of fun. I enjoy it a lot. The product line that we use is Goldwell's Top Sheet. That's what I'm working with. And the Goldwell hair color has less than 2% ammonia content in the color. And actually, it's the ammonia content in hair dye that does the damage to the hair. So with less than 2%, we really can take care of the integrity of the hair, and that's important to us. Now, we've done our conditioning treatment, we've done the filler, we've balanced out our canvas. So you can see now, you know, the highlights are starting to move away, okay? So now I'm gonna put a color on, we're gonna lift your base. And actually, it occurred to me as I was coloring, mixing the color, you know, we were saying earlier that hair color is a very creative process, and, you know, you said that, you know, it's like being a chemist. And as I was mixing, I realized your base is so dark that I had to mix two different formulations. I mixed one with a higher volume of peroxide for your base to make sure we get the lift, and then something that's a little gentler for the hair shaft. All right? So Nancy, I guess this has been the main topic of conversation since we first discussed you wanting to go red.
Yes. My husband is cooking dinner tonight, and everything is going to be red.
Oh, what a thoughtful man.
Yes.
That's funny. So what is he making? You know?
We're going to start off with red martinis. I don't know what the entree is going to be, but it's going to end in strawberries. So, should be interesting.
Hey Nancy, I just want to give this a check, and this is coming out beautiful. This is exactly what I want. I don't know if you can see that there in the camera, but that is going to be a gorgeous auburn. Okay Nancy, so are you ready to see this color? I peeked that at the sink. It's really beautiful. Look at that. It is exactly what I was going after. And I think even wet, I think you can see that already it matches your skin tone.
Yes.
And it makes your eyes pop.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. But what should we do? Shall we bring it to, I'd like to see it like at collarbone.
Okay.
All right? I think
We're going
that.
to start curly though. So, would that make it look any shorter?
If you wore it curly, it would be shorter, yes. But, you know, today I'm going to blow it out straight. You know, your hair color is different, so that's going to mean that your eye color should be, your makeup color should be a little bit different. So we're going to keep you in the more natural tones, okay? One of the reasons why we've chosen to give her the haircut that we're giving her is after so many years of highlighting, you know, the bottom of Nancy's hair is just, it's been abused, and it's, you know, from the weather and blow drying and hot rollers, and, you know, I just wanted to get all of that kind of bad hair off, get a stronger line. We're going to leave the layers on the longer side so that she can have a thicker bottom, and because she has a lot of hair. When I pick up Nancy's hair and I feel it near the root area, you know, it's healthy, it's strong, it's thick, but down here at the ends it starts to give up. So hopefully if Nancy likes the color enough and she keeps it, in 6 to 12 months time, I think she's going to see a big improvement in the quality of her hair. And that's important to me with clients. I really like to stress that the integrity of the hair is more important than you know, color or style, because if the hair is trashed, you're not going to get anything out of it. So Nancy, that's it for the haircut for now.
Okay.
I might revisit the haircut after we blow it out, but especially in here, I want to see, you know, what this length looks like when it's dry. Okay. But for now, I'd like to comb the hair back, and we're going to bring you over to Sam and get you started on your makeup. And I'm going to have you have a seat right here, and I'll be right back with Sam. Okay? Now that we've got the haircut done, I would like to say it's time for your makeup. Okay. And this is Sam, our guest makeup artist who's come out from the city to help us with your makeover today. Okay. And Sam comes out when we have special events for clients. He'll do home visits, or he does that in New York as well. And we're happy to have him, lucky to have him. So Sam, it's over to you. Okay. Okay?
Thank you, Kevin.
And Nancy, I think you're in good hands, and I'll see you for the final finish, okay? Great.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right, first thing we're going to start with is, you know, before I start any makeup application, I like to put on moisturizer. Okay. That's very important to hydrate the skin. No moisturizer means very cakey foundation, and that ain't cute. Okay, so one thing I like to use, I like to keep a couple different brands of just different lines with me just to try them out. And the one line that I found works really amazing is the Estee Lauder line. I am putting on concealer around underneath her eye just to help even when I apply the foundation. I like to apply concealer first before foundation just because it helps to, I feel it blends better. I don't like to put on the foundation first, but I also like to go over the concealer with foundation just to kind of even it all out and blend it all together. I put it on top of the lids because most women, or most people in general, have a lot of red around their eyes, especially on the eyelid. So concealer is going to help tone down the red. It's called concealer for a reason. It's meant to conceal that area and cover it. Get rid of that redness. First I start off with the eyes, and the reason why I start around the eye area is because I like to let the concealer dry a little bit. You know, so when I go back over it, it's already had time to sit there, dry up, so it's not so moist, because when it's moist, it's going to move around a lot, and then I have to go and reapply, and we don't got time for that. So, okay. So now what I'm going to do here is I like to highlight around this area, around her nostril, and just smiling lines in general, because just bring some light into there so she's not so dark. Now, you can do this at home, except just don't do it so heavy. A lot of people put a lot, you know, they'll probably end up just doing it a little too heavy and you'll just have a white line, but you don't want to do that. You want to, you know, a little bit goes a long way.
Okay.
Okay? Now, another thing, another little trick is some people, like myself, my lips tend to blend in with the rest of my, like the red just kind of blends in. I have a lot of red in my skin, so it blends in with the rest of my face. You can never see my lip line. So my little trick for myself is, and when I do people's makeup, is I like to add a little concealer right around there. So when I put foundation on, you'll be able to see, once everything's all finished and everything's blended and everything's done, her lips, which, you know, you like to accentuate the eyes and the lips when you're doing makeup, just because that's what everybody notices the most. And it just looks a lot prettier. So just follow your lip line. Now with this little trick, you can also, it's a fun little trick to know, because you can make your lips bigger, you can make them smaller, you can make them pouty, you can do whatever you want, and no one's gonna know except for you. So, next thing I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do some shadowing and contouring. One way to help find where your cheekbones start and where they end, and where that shadow is squeak. There we go. In the mirror, just do this. Just, you can find it on her. Right. This is going to be covered with the foundation, which it's, you know, once I put the foundation on, you're going to be like, where does that line go? It's still going to be there. It's just, you'll be able to see it more like on camera. The reason why I'm coloring here is because I want to give her face some structure now. Now, if I'm going to be doing her cheekbone, I have to follow through. And remember, blending is the key. You never want a strong line. I'm shadowing around the bridge of her nose to help define her nose. Basically, the areas that you like to highlight are the areas that stick out. So above your cheekbone is one. And you'll see that this makes a huge difference once the whole face is done. Now I'm going to follow that to the very end of her cheekbone, almost to her hairline. I was saying, I am highlighting on top of the bridge of her nose, and you can see why I shadowed the sides of her nose, because I wanted to make her nose as perfect as possible. And now I'm following that highlight right above her eyebrow. because this is another area that sticks out. You notice right under where your chin is, we get a shadow there. So put a little highlight there. All right, now I'm going to be applying her foundation. Now, it's very important to apply with a brush. I know a lot of you out there don't like to do that, but it's a brush blends it a lot better. It can look a lot better on the skin. It helps. Basically, what I'm telling you is go out and get a brush, a foundation brush. You can find them anywhere. We don't want to pull down on our skin when gravity already does that for us. So I always like to go up to help fight gravity a little bit, and keep our skin, lifted and young. So you brush on liquid foundation. You just pat over that with a sponge. I'm sure everybody has this problem. Just put a Kleenex right underneath the eye to help keep the color from falling on her face, like underneath her eye, or then it could just make it dark again when we just went through all that drama to get rid of that. So find the neutral color only on her lid, because that is going to be the base for our color, and that's and it also helps to save from creasing. It helps keep the eyeshadow from creasing. A brown around the corner of her eye, and the way you can see your crease is open your eye, and your crease basically, well, obviously you can see it right there, but you never want to go above that line. You want to stay right below it, and then you just blend upward. The reason why I'm using browns on her eyelid is because her auburn hair and she has a lot of earth tones. Like her eyes are like green with a little bit of blue, and her hair being red. It's all it's all earth tones. So we want to stay. I want to stay around that. I'm just gonna take a blending brush, and now I'm just gonna blend that around. And the way you apply this is blending brushes. You just basically, I don't really apply any color on this. I let the color that's already on the eye and just play around that and bring that up and just twirl around circles, and that's what helps to blend everything into place. Now I'm putting on a color on her lid, the main color that I want to use, because if you can remember, I put on a base first. And now that I took care of her crease color, now I'm just putting on her eyelid color. And I'll show you now how you blend that. Blending brush again. And circular motions. And as you can see how it helps to blend that color beautifully around the eye, her crease. Everything must blend together. Never just apply color without blending it with the rest. You never want to use too dark of a color. Your eyebrows, you always want to have be lighter than your hair, or you don't want to have too dark eyebrows. It doesn't look cute, because then they just look like two leeches on top of your eye. So now we're just gonna go in. And I'm making it thicker around the inner part of the eye. I'm still following her eyebrow line. I can get to the very inner corner of her eye and drag that line. It's okay. Look down into your right now. Because of the way her eye is, it's going to help bring her eye up. Now, a lot of people like to make a point and drag that all the way out. On her eye, that probably wouldn't look good. It would just kind of, it would exaggerate her eye even more. I'm just gonna lightly dab over that liner to help blend it out. To the outer corner of her eye to help lift the eye and help to counterbalance the droopiness of her eye. You can apply mascara onto fake lashes. You just need to be careful without pulling them off. I just a dab of powder on the inner part of her bottom eyelid, just to help define her eye a little bit more. Sometimes you can do it with only just mascara, but she doesn't have enough lashes at the very bottom to really to do that with. So to open the eye up a little bit more, I used just the powder because I didn't want to use any. I didn't want to use a strong line. I just wanted to use a powder because it's a little bit lighter. It looks a little bit more natural. It actually stays a lot better. Liner, as we all know, tends to kind of run off the eye a little bit. So this actually works perfect. Most of the color that I apply on most of my clients is with the lip liner. And then I kind of just go over with the light sheer lipstick. We are good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How do you like your eyebrows?
I like them. I come into that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's a flat iron? Is that what they call it?
That's what this is. It's a flat iron, and it just presses out the hair, smooths it out. It allows the shine in your hair to be revealed.
So I could do that.
And you could do this. It takes a little bit of getting used to at first, but once you get it down, it's really easy. So as we're coming here to the end of your makeover, what do you think?
I love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you.
What do you think your husband's going to say?
Oh. I don't know, but I will let you know. He's going to love it.
Let's talk about the color for a little bit, Nancy.
Okay.
Assuming that you're going to keep this color, which I think you are because you seem to be very happy with it, I want you to know in then about 4 or 5 weeks, you're going to want to come in and we'll touch up your base,
Okay.
your root color, okay? And then when we take that off, we'll do the glaze again from roots to ends. It'll be 2 steps, but I think ultimately, once we get down the road, I think we could probably do both services in one shot.
Okay.
And you won't be sitting in the chair for as long a period of time. The nice thing about refreshing the ends with semi-permanent color, or let me say that the glaze is in fact semi-permanent color with no ammonia, and by always refreshing the ends with the glaze, we're keeping the ammonia-based products off of your hair shaft. So the only time that your hair is exposed to the ammonia is at the root.
Okay.
So as it grows down, it's only having the glaze on there.
Right.
And ultimately, I think you'll find your hair is going to be a lot healthier.
I love it. Thank you.
Great, you're all set.
Okay.
And any questions, feel free to give us a call.
Okay.
And before you leave, we'll book your next appointment for the retouch.
Okay.
So anyway, we've had a lot of fun here with Nancy today, and I'd just like to say that spending the day at the Kevin Maple Salon can transform your whole look, take 10 years off your life, and we'd like to say thank you to Nancy for being such a willing participant. She was great fun to work with, and we enjoyed it. So thank you, Nancy. Take care.